So I want to present to you an interactive story idea, and the form it would take, I haven't fully grasped. But conceptually, how this would look is somewhat comic book-esque, and we see in it a far bigger focus on the potentialities that really do lie in our present day waking state, and the interface with um, the dream state, roughly speaking. Now, to keep it entertaining in a comic book sense, we can use words to better dance around this idea, such as the resonant state. And at the heart of it would be this totem that represents many of the spiral dynamics notions, so that we can, in essence, tap into the different developmental levels of consciousness, but in such a way that is entertaining and exciting to children and adults alike. So what I've been calling that is the resonant state that is the crystal colored totem, and the principles that run it are the choral code, but the choral code is unique to every individual, and so all the different main characters that will be interacting in this story have a different perspective of what the choral code is. Two things seem fairly obvious to them, however, and one is that the golden rule lies at the bottom of it, to walk in the shoes of others or treat others as you'd like to be treated, which enhances one's ability to interface and resonate with the choral code, with the crystal colored totem. But also essentially the notion that we're moving towards the actual that object is the transcendental object at the end of time, and so its obviousness will be made clear at some point, but the beings that are interfacing with it need to ensure its safety until that time, and there are potentials that it could be destroyed, and that would be the destruction of the reason of humans in some sense. And so what the totem, what the people resonating in this state are fighting is the sort of black holes in the midst of the totem. And so that would look like essentially the destruction of the ripples of consciousness in that system of the totem. And so, for example, the upper part of the totem would be more or less the visionary capacity, but doing very little. The lower part of the totem is doing very much, but maybe not seeing very much. And then the heart of the totem is the place where these systems interface, and so it's the crux, the convergence point. But different parts of the totem might be in malhealth, and so different people that are more skilled at different things that go into those portions are going to be more able to interface and do things with it. So you'd have people that maybe are more telepathy inclined, which would maybe be more at the upper part of the totem. They'd be more able to do things up there. And then people that have maybe more physical strength, for example, might be more resonant with the bottom portions of the totem. And then people are more empathic, would be more resonating with the central portion of the totem. So there are these individuals that are guiding over it, as I noted before, and the one character, just to keep it in correlation with our real story, we could say maybe John Doe was the creator of the totem, for example, and then this individual has perhaps the most power over the totem, most cryptic in some ways, and so the central character that is always taking on different roles. And then we have other people that, again, would be very specifically oriented to the different parts of the totem that are more skillful in and with them. So the biggest danger is here the dominion over the totem, to make it a black totem, to make it self-destruct. So this individual would want to create through all the ripples of consciousness, the black hole, and that would be the destruction of the totem itself. But so the more colorful, the more diverse the totem is, the more in health it is. And as we go into the totem, we get more knowledge, feedback, interaction, ways to heal, etc. out of that process. And there's a few people in the story, perhaps, that can really ground the totem in the waking state, so they don't need to go to the resonant state to actually do work on the totem directly. And so if that's the case, then you have the people truly guarding or watching over it that can do that presently in the waking state. So that can be part of the story too. I think it would be fun to try to do it as initially perhaps a comic book. If there's artists interested, we could draw up initial story arc and have some basic comic book elements to it that you know would work, and then we could maybe think of a more interactive means to do this, potentially YouTube comics or something. Perhaps even meshing of other media systems that are out there already. I don't know how that would look and work exactly, but computers already, generated computer system, like Final Fantasy and stuff, might be able to be used as the characters, and we could, overarch our story with it. There's a number of possibilities here, but I think it'd be a fun thing to work on. There could be potentially some income that could be generated for a living, but that wouldn't be the focus, hopefully. Yeah.